welcome to another edition of Wealth Without Borders podcast. And today I'm delighted to have Ben with us. Welcome, Ben.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here.
And Ben Ivey, who I believe we have met in Shanghai, but where are you currently in the world, Ben? And what's the weather like right now? I always ask.
Well, I'm currently in the UK. The weather is, as usual, UK weather, which is just grey and a bit dull. Yes. And that's pretty much English weather for you.
Yes, well, it's reliably unreliable as far as I can remember.
Yeah.
I haven't been back to the UK for a while, but I do remember those grey skies. We've got a few of them here because it's rainy season in Shanghai. So for those of you who haven't met Ben, he's the CEO and founder of the Entrepreneur Lifestyle, and Ben's an international speaker and mentor. So I'm very privileged to have him here on the show. And the title of the show, given that he's the founder of the Entrepreneur Lifestyle, is the Entrepreneur Lifestyle. So Ben, as you may know, I'm going to be asking you 8 questions in 8 minutes. I've got a little stop clock here, so I will try, if I remember, to let you know how long is left to go. And I'm very strict in my 8 minutes.
Sounds like Toastmasters.
Well, it is a little bit. Yeah, a lot of people like it because there's a lot of value in a very short time. And I'm sure you'll bring our people checking out this podcast a lot of value. So let's begin. So Ben, who is your ideal client?
Sure. My ideal clients are overwhelmed entrepreneurs who are having success in their business, but they are stressed, right? They're confused about their next steps. Often they've got health issues and they're wondering, how do I stop my business being a burden and instead live the lifestyle I thought I'd have when I started my business? And I help those types of people understand how to live a better lifestyle whilst accelerating their business success.
Okay, fantastic. Sounds just like me. I probably need your help, I think. 7 minutes 30 to go. Question number 2. What is the problem you solved? You have touched on it in your first answer, but
sure.
Specifically, what problem do you solve?
Sure. The specific problem is overwhelm and stress. As entrepreneurs, it's easy to be pulled in multiple directions, especially nowadays where the entrepreneur of 2020 has got so many options that they become overwhelmed, right? We're in a time of information overload and we are starving of wisdom. So I help these people better manage their time, better manage their emotional state, and ultimately start to live a better lifestyle so then they can have a more successful business, but actually enjoy the journey.
Yeah, I can relate to that difference between knowledge and wisdom. And I think it's so pertinent.
Mm-hmm.
Great. So 6 minutes 40 remaining. Question number 3. What are the typical symptoms? Again, you have touched on this, but if you could be a bit more specific about some of the typical symptoms that people experience who have that problem of overwhelm.
Sure. Well, very often the first and probably the one that I see most is burnout, whereby you're working so hard on your business, then you get stressed. Very often I see business owners in denial. I have business owners coming to me saying they have a marketing problem, when in fact it's not a marketing problem. The real issue is perfectionism, or the real issue is that they do not have a right strategy in place. Or very often what the problem that people have and the solution are actually slightly different things. So I find that it's fascinating working with business owners to find out, okay, what symptoms do you have? You're stressed, you're overwhelmed, you can't trust your employees. And then working out how do you move away from that to have that business that they've always wanted.
All right, fantastic. 5 minutes 37 remaining. No pressure or anything, Ben. Question number 4. What are the common mistakes that people make when they're trying to solve that problem?
Oh, wow. I don't even know how to start with this one. I see so many people making mistakes like spending loads of money in their business in an inefficient way because they're not targeted and they don't know exactly what they want. I see people starting multiple projects because they do not have clarity on getting one business model that works and having success there. I see people that become so focused on their business that they forget that their business growth will never outgrow their personal growth, and they're scared to take an educated risk in their business and for themselves to move forward. And another huge one is trying to do everything yourself. I recommend that every single business owner has a coach or someone that can help guide them so that they have a different perspective, because they'll save years, months, like so much time and money from having that added value of having someone else look at their business that's on the same side.
Absolutely. So some really great points there. I'm sure a lot of people can relate to. 4 minutes 20 left. Question number 5. What's one valuable free action that the people checking in today can implement that will help them solve not all of the problem, obviously, but some of that problem?
Sure. I think that the biggest tip that I, generally speaking, give to people is about trading expectations for appreciation. It's easy as entrepreneurs to have an expectation of what you want to create. You've got big goals, you've got big visions, and you have these expectations. And what happens is often entrepreneurs become overwhelmed because they are not achieving what they have set out to achieve in like a specific time limit. They get stressed. They don't really know how to set efficient goals. It doesn't cause them to experience that pressure and internal stress. So instead, if you can trade that for appreciation for what you have, and then actually create systems to sustainably keep you on track, it can help you move forward in a much more sustainable way.
Fantastic. So great. Gratitude is a great thing, and appreciation. Okay, just over 3 minutes remaining. Question number 6. What's one valuable free resource that you can direct people to that will further help with that problem?
Sure. Well, the resource that I think is probably most helpful is the 5 hacks to overcome overwhelm. I find that this is really helpful for entrepreneurs that feel like they're being pulled in multiple directions. They want to optimize themselves better and not experience that state where they don't really know where to start. The hacks are really cool. From working with thousands of entrepreneurs all over the world, I've basically come up with these 5 different things. One of them is about externalizing your mind and being able to have a system that stores everything you need to do as opposed to keeping everything in your head, right? They're quick, they're easy, so you can download them, and I'm sure they've got a link from the podcast.
Fantastic. Yes, we will provide the link, so that's great. Thank you so much for that. 2 minutes 23 to go. Question number 7. What concept or book or program or talk has been most impactful in your own experience?
I think that the concept of income generating tasks I find very fascinating. What this is understanding what tasks that you do in your business actually affect income. Because there's a lot of people that waste time doing tasks in their business which are quite menial. Whereas if you can actually become aware, what is an income generating task? What is something that can actually affect the bottom line and thereby increasing profitability? Measuring profitability as opposed to revenue, right? It's incredibly important. So I find that that concept has allowed me to better focus on the tasks that can actually affect the cash flow in the business and the profit, as opposed to wasting time on things that don't matter long term.
Fantastic. Wise words indeed. I'm sure many people take their eye off that ball of genuine productivity. Just over 1 minute 20 to go. Question number 8. What's the one question I should have asked you that I didn't, that would give really great value to our audience, and what's the answer?
Sure. I think that the question that would add the most value to the audience is, if you're in this situation, what do you do? And the answer that I would give to that would be a few, right? Depending on where you are. I would say number 1 is you need to hire someone or get someone to help you. Very often as entrepreneurs, it's very isolating, especially the more successful you become. You want to have someone helping you. This isn't a sign of weakness. This is a sign of strength. Everyone who has ever achieved anything amazing in life has had people supporting them, right? You've heard of Muhammad Ali. You may not have heard of Chuck Bodak. Chuck Bodak was his coach, right? Everyone who's achieved anything great needs to have other people around them. So that would be the first thing. The other thing would be to constantly invest in yourself, because we all have blind spots, no matter how good a business owner we are. And you want to be able to uncover those blind spots quickly to enable you to better move forward in your business.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for that. We've got a whole 11 seconds under, so perfect timing, Ben.
Fantastic.
Always wisdom can be condensed, and that's a great sign of it. So thank you so much for making time for our audience today. and have a great time back in the UK. Say hello to me from me to good old Britain.
I will.
Thanks so much, Ben. Many thanks for checking out Wealth Without Borders podcast. I'd love you to head over to iTunes, subscribe, and leave us a review. And if you'd be kind enough to do that, I would really appreciate it. And then if you want to know more about what I do, check out wealthwithoutborders.net.